here at Athlete Institute tomorrow night at 7. And if it's Father Henry Carr who pulled the upset, they'll be playing Lincoln at Lincoln because Lincoln will be the higher seed at that point.
Yes, it will. It's a mouthful.
Did everyone get that? Everyone got their pens and papers out and calculators and rulers? It's all good?
There we go. I'm pretty sure they got it.
All right, seconds away from the doubleheader, the second game in the doubleheader here. If you're just tuning in now, it's Orangeville Prep taking on Father Henry Carr, the number 1 seed in Orangeville Prep, taking on the number 9 seed in Father Henry Carr. Carr actually ended the season with a 5-15 record, including that tough loss to King's Christian. It was their one win this season. They lost 88-83.
Yeah, and once again, this is a team, though, that finished off the season on a wrong note, but bounced right back, got the win against a higher seeded opponent in the playoffs.
A dominant
win. They completely from start to finish. And once again, though, that shows you just how offensive, like what we saw just a few hours earlier with Ridley College.
I think explosive is the perfect word, Ryan. Watching that game, the play-in game where they played Southwest just 2 days ago or 3 days ago now, they were explosive. They ran the court, they pushed the ball. It was a lot of fast break, showing their enthusiasm, athleticism, and enthusiasm. We'll throw that in there too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, once again, you got to take into account this is a smaller team. They're and they're going to need to run a lot.
There's a violation on the jump right there, so it is going to be white ball to start this game off. Not even a second taken off the clock, Ryan.
How many times? Who had the prop bet for that one?
There's going to be an over and back there on James Karnick. So a lot of early calls here, not doing great here. Here's McNish driving on Carr. First two points.
Like this, full prep, full Orangeville Prep. They've got the ground to keep up with this kind of pressure.
Just off of the hands of James Karnick, it goes out of bounds.
That's a fantastic find there. Karnick's hands just weren't ready. If you're going to show hands, you got to be ready to receive the ball.
Here's Paolo now at the 45. Comes off a screen, gets it over to McNish. McNish pulls it back out now, 13 seconds on the shot clock, out to Paolo. Michael Paolo goes up, just rolls out. There's a big board by the Dartmouth commit, Aaron Ray.
There's Paolo. He's not going to be the strongest guy on the floor, but how lanky and athletic is he? He's got a nose for finding the rim no matter who's guarding him.
Ray up top now, 12 seconds on the shot clock. He hands it off to Saunders. Saunders loses it there. He keeps it on this side of the court. Impressive in that. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Someone's going to have to put it up. It's going to be a shot clock violation here. Orangeville. It's going to be Father Henry Carr ball on the baseline. And that's on the sideline, sorry.
Sorry, I was about to say, Kelsey, there's that excellent backcourt defense and aggressiveness we're seeing from Father Henry Carr. Well, that they kind of have going for them. They do have a deep bench, so guys can continue for the trip.
5 seconds left to go in the first.
And unfortunately, John Akende, you can't necessarily on the
Rathan
person
Mays,
regarding that constantly. Be careful though, because he's one of the guys that makes this team go. He's got to make sure that he's taking care of himself.
Left-hand side goes up. It's knocked out of bounds, and that's actually going to go with Father Henry Carr direction.
Once again, I'm liking this defense. They just have to make sure they're staying mentally disciplined here.
Akende hands off to Paolo. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Paolo drives left, kicks it back out to Akende. Akende going against Rathan May. Rejects the screen, picks up his dribble, gets it over to McNish. Now McNish out to number 31. Foul now in that foul. Father Carr. That one goes to Michael. Line.
That's one thing I like right now for jump shots. They are going right to.
Here's number 31 going all the way. Okay, it's going to be a block. Orangeville Prep, though, they're going to have the first substitution of the game. Matthew Alexander Moncrief, I think, is going to come in for Keyshawn Saunders.
Something you want to see, you're kind of hoping you want to see something here is just a little bit more ball movement on that fast break. He had the open guy ahead of him for the angle. He decides to go right at his defender. He was playing with fire there. He really could have gotten called with the, oh my gosh.
The charge or the block.
The charge, thank you. The name escaped me for a moment there.
Number 31 makes his first shot.
Don't worry, 31. We'll get your name at the half.
Second one is good. They take a quick 6-0 lead.
That's it. They're going to have to stay aggressive like this, though. No easy buckets.
Brezdikas looks to come off the screen from Karnick. He gets doubled, finds Moncrief in the corner. It's just short. That rebound will go to Father Henry Carr. Aaron Ray picks it up, though, gets it to Moncrief. He goes up, and it's good. Play. He will get the foul. Head.
Got him in the head, and nobody really showing to dive on the ball there to try and secure possession, and as a result, Orangeville gets two. If you give them baskets, they will find ways to make you pay for it.
Moncrief can't connect from the line, but James Karnick comes down with the rebound and cleans it up for 4 points. Just as we're talking about Moncrief quickly, he is the number 4 in that 2020 class that we talked about earlier in the Coaches Bowl here in the OSBA.
He actually won a dunk in Ohio doing the Kobe Bryant dunk between the legs.
Athletic guys here on the floor.
Yeah, 20 years later, we're looking at 10th graders doing what NBA guys were doing, what was considered amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible.
Here's McNish behind the back on the right-hand side. It's good for 2.
Not many number 4s, not many power forwards you can see make that kind of move to the basket, but Anthony McNish is one of them. He's up to the task right now, going up against Brezdikas.
Here's Ray. Ray looks to drive, goes off the glass. It's no good. James Karnick there to clean it up, and that is what James Karnick does. Ties the game now at 8, or is it 8-6?
He's field day here. If he
the mid-range, they didn't know that. It was their own player, kind of. They knocked each other over, and it is going to be a jump ball.
And unfortunately, Kelsey, this is their greatest strength and at times also their greatest weakness. They literally seem to have limitless energy. They're bouncing all over the place.
Energy bunny, Energizer bunnies.
Yes, they really are. This is a team that's loud. They like to get in their opponent's ear. Sometimes, though, it can cost them. And if they can just try and find that happy medium between staying intense and constantly moving the way that they know they can and being able to also stay disciplined, though, keep the chatter to a minimum and just play basketball, they're going to give themselves a chance to win.
Akende up top. He pulls up from beyond the arc. That one's just short. A big rebound here. That one is good for Shaquan Clark.
And that's a huge one for Clark, especially getting down there. They're going to need their entire team to continue to help with those rebounds if they want to give them chance opportunities.
Keyshawn Saunders goes coast to coast. It's good for 2 points.
Excellent move there. We've seen Saunders do that time and again, though, Kelsey. New there.
Class only behind Ignas Brezdikas, so number 2, still a pretty great spot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at how great he's played. I mean, this is a guy who's paid his dues to the fullest extent here in AI.
Saunders blocked by the rim a little bit there. Coming up now, number 31. He launches from deep. That one rims out. A big board here by Brezdikas, now slowing it down.
Yep, Father Henry Carr, though, trying to take that 3 transition, but they're going to live and die by that style of play. They just have to start making those shots.
Brezdikas goes around the defense, makes it look easy for the finger roll. Now I can finally say they have tied it up 10-10.
That is a shot that only Ignas Brezdikas can sink in this league. I haven't seen any other players able to do that consistently like he can to get by his defense.
Here's McNish up to Paolo now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Paolo drives middle. The floater right in the middle is just short. Moncrief rebounds.
And there it is.
Looking to back him down. Big rebound. The lead 12-10.
That's it. Orangeville get themselves stuck in the go game right now, facing guys up. Rotation and score.
Saunders dishes out to Moncrief. It's going to be long two if it's good. It's just short though. Michael Paolo rebounds.
Tough shot for Moncrief. He's a very straight kind of jump shot there.
Michael Paolo can't connect. Moncrief will grab the rebound. He's looking to go coast to coast now. Gets it to Saunders. Saunders tries to get it into James Karnick, but it's knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Father Henry Carr ball on the sideline. There's a substitution in for Father Henry Carr. Number 31 will take a quick seat on the bench, and it's Carlo Dubria who makes his way back onto the game.
Dubria, he started a number of games
as well
this
as
season.
Shea Brown, excuse me.
Shea Brown and Dubria, guys who've started plenty of games for this Father Henry Carr team, and that goes back to their depth. They've got a ton of backcourt scoring options here.
Yeah, Brown actually ended with 10 points. Now here for 2 shots.
I'm pretty confident that Father Henry Carr probably has the highest total number of guys coming off the bench to lead their team in scoring for the entire season, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So, you know,
their bench scores the most.
They've got
with the most guys.
Yes, yes, exactly. And now we've got 2 guys coming on here from Father Henry Carr. 2 Mississauga kids, actually.
Yep, Griffith and Saki. They'll come on if Brown is. Oh, they should only come on if Brown makes his second shot. The refs a confused of what rules they're playing right now. You gotta know if you're playing FIBA or Federation when you come to ref a game.
Absolutely. We love them all the same.
Shea Brown, excuse me, has one more shot now at the line. They're leading the way 13-10.
Once again, Brown shown time and again how much of an offensive threat he can be. He missed the first bit of the season due to injury. First game he came back, actually ended up leading all scores.
Here's Brazdeikis now. Now just a quick 6 point guard, eh?
He's playing Magic Johnson right now.
Yeah. He gets it over to Keyshawn Saunders. Saunders spots up from the 3. It's just long. There's a rebound there for Griffith.
There it is. Great defense there. Great job boxing out.
Paolo, he goes coast to coast. That one's good.
That's a great find by Paolo there, and that's a well-deserved timeout here as Father Henry Carr and their crowd has came out to support their team right now.
The refs are actually going over there telling them to sit down a little bit as they're laughing it off. 16-10. Father Henry Carr leads the way over Orangeville Prep. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left to go in the first.
Well, we're seeing a lot of the stuff that we talked about here. This team, Father Henry Carr, they understand they need to be working as one single cohesive unit right now. As soon as that ball goes up, you're seeing guys going and boxing out. Even if it's far away as the three-point line, guys are making sure that they're not giving anything away. They know how much of a detriment they are right now when it comes to height and rebounding in the paint. So when guys stay physical, as any of these prep in the OSBA, you're going to get worn out a little bit. As long as you're able to keep it physical with these guys, some of those easy putbacks that they were getting aren't going to be so easy in the third and fourth quarter. They've got to keep that in mind.
Thinking of big bodies, Ryan, tell me how important it is, like someone like Anthony McNish for Father Henry Carr.
Oh, Anthony McNish, I mean, we've seen it right here. I mean, first thing he does is face up against Ignas Brazdeikis in the one-on-one situation. And then a couple of sets later, he's boxing out James Karnick for a rebound. So it just goes to show you just how much of an important factor he is. He's almost the Draymond Green of their team, the way that he plays. He's shown the ability to attack the basket if he needs to. He's shown the ability to spot up and take shots. But most importantly, it's his defense that keeps him on the floor.
He's off a screen from, looks to go one-on-one now. A couple spit the glass and that.
For Father Henry Carr, they found it in Shea Brown.
Saunders drives 3, and there's the.
There it is. These are gamers. This is going to be a.
We had one last game between A and Ridley. It looks like it might be here. Here's Brown now at the 45. Griffith up to Paolo. He launches from pretty deep. It just.
Really enjoyed about the shot selection, but that's what you with Michael Paolo. Sometimes it'll go in and sometimes it just won't.
Everyone needs a heat check now and then, right?
That really was what it is more than anything, but I was enjoying really the battle down low between Karnick and Griffith and Saki. Karnick was able to keep both defenders at bay, or excuse me, both players at bay.
Saunders goes all the way, gets it to drop, plus now he'll go to the charity stripe for one more.
Yep, and there's the size difference there. We look at Saunders. Saunders almost standing eye to eye with Saki, but the difference in positions is
Saunders
is
playing the
astounding.
1 and 2 really for this team right now. Plays the 2, also brings the ball up when Mays takes a seat to the 5 team.
It really is. So it matchup for Saki. I mean, everything on end about team defense and covering each other.
Orangeville Prep now showing a zone. Father Henry Carr passing it up top. It's Brown now, takes the first dribble, gets it up to Dubria. He launches from deep. That one, again, Ryan, it is a three-point clinic here at Athlete Institute.
There it is. And we've seen him on a couple games of the week. He hit 5 in a row in the third quarter against Ridley College a few months ago.
Canedius Brasdicas answer again. That one's no good. Rathan Mays comes down with it, gets it right back to Brasdicas. He goes up. There's going to be a travel call. One ref put his hand up for a foul, the other the travel. So
you can see Dubria was a little upset there because he allowed basketball. Find a white shirt.
Back up to Dubria. They swing it, get it inside now to McNish. Nice. Out to Brown for the 3. It's good.
There's a shot there. Shea Brown one more time. Excellent ball movement, though, to find the high post and get the open look on the corner.
Rathan Mays goes with the answer. It just rims out. Dubria with the rebound.
Not a very good possession there by Orangeville Prep. They need to start playing their game again.
Dubria slowing things down now. 44 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's Griffith to McNish. McNish right back out to Griffith. He gets it to Dubria. Keyshawn Saunders gambles, goes for it. There's nothing but air on that one, and it goes right back over to Orangeville now. 33.2 seconds left to go in the first.
I don't have a problem with that possession right there by Father Henry Carr. They ate some time off the clock. They know that they have a lead right now. They don't want to give any kind of momentum to Orangeville Prep. Not a bad decision, just a bad shot.
Here's Aaron Ray up top. Over to Karnick. Karnick to Rathan Mays. Rathan Mays drives, kicks it to Saunders. He chucks it up from the 3. It's just short. James Karnick comes down with the rebound, though, and cleans it up.
There it is, James Karnick. Once you have 2 defenders go out trying to guard the shot, nothing there, but a nice easy down for Karnick.
3 seconds now. Shea Brown goes up for the 3. There's no 15.
And the shots just not falling their way, far from over. And can Carr keep up this momentum and energy? History shows us in almost every basketball game, the other team is going to get a chance to go on their run as well. And that's when we're going to really see if Father Henry Carr can hang on in this game.
Ryan, tell me the keys for Orangeville Prep right now. Who's your X factor?
X factor, well, of course, you got to look to the leader, Ignas Brasdicas. Unfortunately, during that quarter, not making he making a couple of questionable decisions with the basketball, trying to take on his defenders a little bit more than what he's used to doing. And Father Henry Carr, you've got to understand that this is a team that's going to live for that sort of. This is a backcourt one-on-one like that. You can't play into their strengths. You have to make sure you're continuing moving the ball, because when they found open looks, they were getting buckets. They were getting buckets every single time that they swung the ball around a couple of times. And even if you miss those shots, look how many people are out of position, and look how easy the rebounds are for a guy like James Karnick.
On the other end, your X factor for Father Henry Carr.
Right now, Shea Brown. Shea Brown, because let's just see, we got to call it like we see it. Shea Brown, when other guys were missing those opening 3s, Shea Brown came onto the floor and started knocking them down, and he's the reason they have a lead right now.
To start is going to be Orangeville Prep ball on the sideline. 10 minutes of first half action left to go in this game.
I'm excited. This is going to be a good one. Let's hope.
The coach saying, how can it be their ball right now? But it was Orangeville ball to start, and then there was a jump ball that went to Father Henry Carr. Now it's going to stay with Orangeville now, even though the arrow's wrong. We can remember that. There's only been one quarter.
By any means necessary.
Comes off a Tuesday. Ray hands off to Saunders. Saunders now right back to Ray. He drives baseline. Spin move out to Saunders. He launches from 3. It's no good. What a big box out from Griffith there on Karnick.
And that's it right there. The importance.
Oh. There's a huge block by Karnick. Now Rathan Mays. He's going to go all the way. He's going to call that a charge.
Interesting. Well, do we have a replay here? Let's take a look. We have a replay here, Kelsey. Let's take a quick look. We wish you guys could see it on the broadcast, but...
You can if you just rewind a little bit.
That's true. Forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Dubria's feet were still moving.
Dubria now up top, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Brown right back to Dubria. He launches, that one's off the mark. James Karnick rebounds.
And that's the importance of going out to your shooter. You could see Dubria kind of hesitated and flinched. We have the perfect angle to see that.
When jumped at him.
Yep, and he leaned a little right, and that's why it was off.
Brasdikis drives, goes past a few defenders. It's good, plus he'll get the bucket. Ryan, is it easy to see why he's the best player in Canada?
When you see those moves going to the back, those finishes, actually go, wait, he had how many points? Level, it's almost unguardable. You have perfectly. You have the time and all of his hands when he's got such a...
to guess what hand he's finishing with because he's so good with both hands around the basket.
Yep, and that's part of the reason why he is considered by many as the best player in Canada right now.
At least as voted by the OSBA. To Akende. Akende gets it into McNish. It's stolen by Ray. Out to Saunders now. It's Saunders against Akende. Saunders goes up off the glass. It's good on the left-hand side.
There it is. Unfortunately, you got to recognize if you've got that many white shirts crowding around McNish, you've got to keep that ball moving until you find the open space.
Here's McNish down low, blocked by Brasdikis. McNish, though, keeps the possession, goes up. He's blocked by Karnick. And now it's Ignas Brasdikis. He's going to go for the huge jam.
There it is. Unfortunately, Father Henry Carr trying to force the situation. Brasdikis coming. You guys can finish.
We'll know who he is at halftime.
Definitely.
Put him on the roster, folks. Here's Moncrief. He's going to be charged with the traveling violation. It's going to be Father Henry Carr on the baseline, on the sideline, excuse me.
No problem. You see the move there by Moncrief. Takes 2 quick steps before he dribbles. Can't do that.
To 31, back up to Brown from good.
Once again, he's 3 for 4 from behind the arc so far in this game, Kelsey.
McNish gets the steal, goes up, and it's good for 2 points.
There's that effort. It's that second effort.
Here's Saunders. Gets it to Karnick. Karnick goes up for the slam. Can't get it to fall, but he will go to the charity stripe now, Ryan, for 2 shots.
That's some excellent defense by Father Henry Carr. James Karnick, I love that take to the hoop. He was either going to throw it down or die trying. Both teams up to the task right now of playing on both ends of the floor. It's just some really, really good, entertaining basketball right now, Kelsey.
Let's take a second to talk about Karnick right now. 2017 grad, still undeclared for next year. The last couple games he's had, Ryan, 19 and 19, 21 and 26. I mean, we could go on and on about the stats that he has. A player that's going to be a huge steal for any school that gets him next year.
Absolutely. When you look at his size and you look at his hitting those mid-range, really,
hit a 3.
It's that physicality, though, that's going to make him such a big grab at the next level.
Here's Paolo. It's nothing but net.
That's what we're talking about. Father Henry Carr. Another steal.
Here's McNish now going all the way. It's good for 2 points. Look at the lead they've taken now, Ryan.
Look at that. And that's just a couple of quick steals. McNish, that is a foul.
McNish will get charged with that foul now, and it's going to be Orangeville Prep on the side. Ball on the sideline. Just 7 minutes left to go. There's going to be a quick turnover there by Orangeville Prep. So it is going to go Father Henry Carr ball on that same spot where it was thrown out on the sideline.
Father Henry Carr, you can see it. They're cycling through their lines here to start and finish quarters. That's why the energy is so high.
Paolo, that one's off the mark. A big rebound there by Karnick.
Yep, and once again, the X factor, Kelsey.
Here's Saunders at the 45, comes off a screen.
Ooh.
A nice little move there. The floater down the middle just rolls in.
And that's this team is so good at those rolls to the rim, Kelsey. And finishing.
Akende going for the answer here. It's off the glass, but it's not good. Aaron Ray cleans it up. Ray gets it up to Brasdikis. Brasdikis pulls it back for the 3. That one, no good. Goes up. Oh, yes, and Karnick. It's good for 2. With the rebound.
Good team.
Loses his...
Brasdikis, and there it is. The guys late on the rotation.
Coast, but Ryan with the travel. Lots of bees.
There's ball on the baseline. There you go. Triple B's. He's going to need to try and start slowing it. Trying to get a quick response, and it's
5 drives. He's wide open on that left-hand side, finds the lane, and it's good off the glass.
Well, that's something, Paolo. He's going to need to make sure he's staying in front of his defenders because physically these teams, this Orangeville Prep team is just so strong when they attack the basket. He's got to be. overtime on defense.
Brown comes off a screen from number 31. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Brown tries to get it in. Aaron Ray.
Giving himself a lot of options.
Drives, tries to get it in there to Moncrief. And now goes off the glass. It's Aaron Ray gets the board.
That's the third time in a row Kende's missed. He's got to give up the rock every now and then.
Moncrief can't get it to go. Goes up once again. That time he'll be fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
There it is. Unfortunately, you know, that's this Father Henry Carr team in a nutshell. They do things that make you go, oh, wow, look how exciting that was. And then other moments where you want to pull your hair out when you're watching them play. But so it's been working for them. Orangeville on the other end, though, they're chipping away this lead. Right decisions, just kind of getting caught napping a little bit.
Moncrief can't get that first. One more shot now at the charity stripe. Second one just rims out. McNish grabs the board.
There it is. Those are 2 big misses here. Expect to see this lineup now, Father Henry Carr, a lot more deliberate pace.
Griffith hands off to Paolo. Paolo, a little hezzy up top, goes up and under, gets it to fall.
That was an impressive finish there. Brazdeikis kind of just let him go by and said, I dare you to try and make it. And Paolo said, okay.
Saunders now up top. They throw the double at him. He goes right by, tries to go up and under, looks for the foul call. That one is no good. And now it's Dubria. It's going to be Father Henry Carr Crusaders. The baseline, 2 substitutions in.
It just seems like the only guy who kind of knows is there's a with Father Henry Carr, when they go on those fast breaks, it really just seems trying to go up against 3 different white shirts. It's a very, you know, once again, it's the things that you go, oh, wow, how exciting that is. And then at the other time, go, oh, my gosh, you just, you know, do something different than that.
Well said, Ryan. Guys, there's timeout on the floor. We'll be back in. Welcome back to OSBA TV. It's Father Henry Carr on the baseline. They've got 19 seconds, but it won't matter because Aaron Ray's long limbs are going to get that steal and the finger roll points.
There it is. Once again, easy buckets. Orangeville Prep is the difference maker in that one. They make the most of their easy opportunities.
They make the most of their height, I think, and their athleticism. McNish finds Griffith.
No time to slow.
Rath and Mays up top, over to Ray. Ray gets it to Karnick now. Karnick sees the open lane. This is going to be called with the travel.
It did kind of look like there. He kind of hesitated a little bit. Orangeville making the most of their opportunity.
At the 45. Paolo. Behind his back, loses it. To Orangeville on the first half.
Paolo, he's a crafty guy, very creative move there, but unfortunately he's just going to need a few more hours in the gym to perfect that one.
Rath and Mays up top, over to Brazdeikis. He comes off a screen from Karnick. He's going full force ahead now. who have set up there to take the off the glass, and it's good for 2.
Rim, and then just an easy layup.
McNish looking back down. The big man of Orange. It's no good. The rebound goes, but it's bounds, and it's going to go to Father Henry Carr on the baseline. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
There it is. There's that second chance effort, though. Dubria giving up about a foot of height. Didn't matter. He's still trying to go for that loose ball. As a result, Orangeville.
Well, he's going against Rath and Mays, so they're similar in height.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was looking at.
Fifth. Brezdikas drives middle. No call there.
Excellent defense there.
Rath and Mays gets by the defenders. There is going to be a foul called there. He wasn't shooting, though. I bet he wishes he threw it up now, but he was going for the pass, so it's going to be Orangeville ball on the baseline.
That's one thing we're seeing consistently here is that the Orangeville players, when they're driving to the basket, they have their head up.
Oh, sorry,
the
I think they're in
time.
bonus now. Sorry, Ryan. So he will go to the line for 2.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying, yeah, we're just saying one of the big difference I'm noticing right now between the fast breaks is Orangeville, they always have their heads up, whereas Father Henry Carr just seems almost possessed to try and get that basket over any. They haven't, as a result, they have not been getting those easy buckets that they really should be getting.
Rath and Mays thinks the first one. If Rath and Mays seems familiar to you, yes, it is the little brother of Xavier Rath and Mays, who played for Florida State. Just declared for the NBA just like a week or so ago.
Yes, he did.
Now his little brother, congratulations. His little brother hit both foul shots here to tie the game up now, 43-43, just over 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
That's got to it's got to be great and suck at the same time when no matter how good you get, you still might be the second best player for the next little while.
Hey, he's got some time. He's got some time. Still a young gun in this league.
Very true.
Here's Dubria out to Paolo. Paolo chucks it up. It's nothing but net. Paolo's feeling himself tonight.
Paolo, and that's it right there. He'll make those kind of shots. You take the good with the bad with Michael Paolo. Absolutely gifted offensive player.
Talk about gifted offensive players. Here's Brezdikas. He gets it to fall, but it's just a little too late. He will go to the line now for 2, though, because the team's in bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the size of Brezdikas. He's not just tall; he's wide. Him from up here, it doesn't do it any justice when you actually see him and you see the size of him and you go, wow, he's playing on the wing.
This is what you can't. With James Karnick and I think it says and squad. 5'9", wearing heel way up. Brezdikas sinks the first. Brezdikas on the regular season, Ryan, averaged just over 28 points a game.
Wow. Is there a scoring title in this league?
Second one is good.
He should win it.
46-45, just over a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Here's Brown for the mid-range.
Just wouldn't even think of trying.
Here's Ray. Corner goes up, and there's another foul call there on Clark. And Ray, the myth sighting, he's going to go to the charity stripe now for 2.
Yes, he is. And Aaron Ray, once he gets that step on his defender, Clark had no choice. He had to make sure that Ray wasn't going to get an easy bucket there. He's just so long and so athletic when he's going to the basket. Even if you have a step on him, even if you're right there with him, you really have no choice but to kind of go for the ball regardless of what ends up happening, or else he's going to finish. This team is so good at that, Kelsey, finishing contested layups. It's really what separates.
Nothing but net for 3. To Karnick, and it's Brezdikas who goes up for the jam. There's another foul there on Shaquan Clark, and Brezdikas will go to the line for 2. I don't know why Clark is flexing his muscles after that one and got called for the foul.
I think it really is just more of a mental thing of making sure that there's no easy buckets under the rim. And once again, this Father Henry Carr team, they like to get themselves excited. They know that they have to be up and have pretty much unprecedented levels of energy to keep up with Orangeville Prep in this game, and it looks like they're going to do it by any means necessary.
39 seconds left to go in the first half. It's Brezdikas at the line for one more. He puts it up, and it's good to bring his team to 48. Again, 39 seconds left to go. Father Henry Carr ball. They got a fresh shot clock. 20 seconds now on the shot clock. It's Griffith up top to Brown. Over to Paolo. Gets it into Dubria. Griffith now drives, puts it up off the glass. He'll get the foul as well.
What a finish by Griffith, the Mississauga product, picking his spots right now, catching the younger defender out of position and went right to the, and that's something about Griffith that a lot of people don't understand. He's an incredible shooter. That's something a lot of people already know. But his ability to just find a way to the basket when he explodes off of that first step, he's made his mind up. You'll rarely ever see him go to the basket without a plan. And he just showed it right there. Excellent play.
22 seconds left to go in the first half. It's Rath and Mays bringing it up for this home Bears team. They're going to go for the last possession here. Comes off a screen from Karnik. Drives, gets it out to Brezdikas for the three. That one is good. 5 seconds left to go now. It's going to be Orangeville Prep needing a stop here. Shea Brown goes up from the three. Off the glass is no good. So at the end of the first half, Ryan Carr leads the way by 3, 54-51.
And this team, here's a fun fact, Kelsey. They've actually been leading for the majority of this game, actually. So it was 1-1.
Yeah, you got it, guys. 10 minutes. Go grab a snack. We'll be back for second half action. Welcome back to OSBA TV. Kelsey Wright-Johnson, Ryan Greco bringing you the last half of this quarterfinal game. The second game in a doubleheader here at Athlete Institute. This one between Orangeville Prep and Father Henry Carr. They lead the way right now, Ryan, 54-51. Leading in scoring on all teams is Ignas Brezdikas. He's got 23 points behind him. Keyshawn Saunders has 9, and both Aaron Ray and James Karnik have 6. On the other end, it's Michael Paolo. He's got 14, and of course, 4 for 4 from beyond the three. Shea Brown's got 16 points, and McNish adding a quick 10.
Yeah, I'm glad, honestly, that's really what it's been right now. It's been the lights out shooting of Shea Brown, who oddly enough is actually going to be starting this quarter on the bench, but that's been the consistent rotation that Coach Melnick of Father Henry Carr. Yeah. He's been doing that the entire game, where he's been starting off with John Akende and a few other guys in the front there, and it's usually been Clythus Griffith and Shea Brown that have entered in the second half of these quarters. And I'll be honest, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because right now they got the lead halfway through this game, and this is going to be huge now. It'll be very interesting to see what type of Orangeville Prep team are we going to see coming out in this third quarter. But honestly, the more intriguing question, I think, is going to be what type of Father Henry Carr team are we going to see. We talked about this at length before the game began, about how they have this kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of persona that goes on with whether it's their shot selection or the certain runs that they go on. Right now, it's been all Hyde. It's been a clinic right now. These guys have been putting it together in the best way you could have hoped for. So if they continue to move on with this kind of mentality and not get too easily distracted, then they could shock the world today.
It's Orangeville Prep ball to start off this third quarter, and we'll see who had the best pregame speech in that halftime locker room right now. Again, it's 54-51. Looks like they're gonna make the players go right back to the benches now, and I'm not sure what's happening, Ryan. If the ref is leaving the room, it looks like maybe his whistle broke.
Huh. Stranger things have happened.
So we can talk a little bit more about these teams then. It gives us a little bit more time.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about BioSteel weekend coming up, Ryan. Orangeville Prep has got 3 guys heading to BioSteel. Ignas Brezdikas, he's going to the BioSteel game, as well as Keyshawn Saunders. Junior Farquhar was picked for the BioSteel game. Unfortunately, he is injured right now, so he will not play, but he'll still be there, which is really exciting. BioSteel also the game on Monday, but all weekend here at Athlete Institute, including Sunday. Well, that is the skills competition, including dunks, shooting, all that kind of stuff. So it's really fun to watch. So if you want to come see some really great basketball and you couldn't come tonight, you're listening to us tonight, make sure you come out on Sunday and Monday.
Absolutely. I mean, Sunday, it's actually one of my favorite times of the year is coming out here, and you get an opportunity to see a lot of people that were too busy working most of the time to be able to see it. But, I've always personally enjoyed coming here more just as a spectator and as a fan during that time, just to kind of stand in awe of the athleticism of some of the players that this country has put together in the last couple of years. And it's nothing short of incredible, Kelsey.
Yeah. Here's Saunders. He drives, goes up. That one's no good. Gets his own rebound, just can't finish. James Karnick comes down with it, and Rathan May steps out of bounds.
And that's an unfortunate start off for Orangeville Prep. They're doing what they do best, dominating the offensive glass, giving themselves a second chance. But a small mental mistake there by Rathan Mays has cost them the possession to start off this quarter.
Paulo up top. Drives, the floater down the middle is just short. Ignas Brezdikas gets the board, gets it up to Karnick. Karnick running as fast as I've seen Karnick go, gets the jam with one hand.
And maybe that'll be the spark for this team. A guy like Karnick, who's you're not used to seeing on a fast break throwing it down, gets it going early for Orangeville Prep.
McNish pulls up for the mid-range. It's off the mark, and James Karnick cleans up the rebound.
You can't take tentative shots like that. That's 2 straight tentative shots from Father Henry Carr. If you're going to take it with confidence.
Keyshawn Saunders on the left-hand side, goes up off the glass. This time it's good, takes the lead now, 55-54.
This is it now. They've kicked off this quarter on a 4-0 run. Father Henry's might be feeling the pressure now.
Akende hands off to number 31. Right back over to Akende. He goes up and under, the smart move for the reverse layup.
That's it, John Akende. He's shown time and again just how lethal he can be. Had a couple of tough goes at the rim last quarter.
Rathan Mays kicks it out to Saunders. It'd be a big 3 if it goes. It's just off the mark. A big rebound there for 31. And Akende, he's on a fast break now, goes up, and it's good for 2.
Excellent decision by Akende there. Just stayed confident, went right to the rim. Didn't try and do anything fancy, no pump fakes. Just go to the rim. If he blocks you, he blocks you. It's out of bounds, you still get the ball.
Ray has the ball up top, gets it over to Brezdikas. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Brezdikas puts it up from the 3. It's short.
There it is, that matchup there, McNish and Brezdikas. Very few guys can match Brezdikas' physicality.
Here he is, gets the steal. Now he's on the fast break. Going real fast. He's good, and it's good for 2 points. McNish caught up to him, but just couldn't swipe the ball.
You can see Brezdikas purposely slowed down. He saw that the defender, he had a step on him. Exactly. Not just that, though, but excellent decision to just let him run right by you and go in for the layup.
Paulo up top, over to 31. Again, if you're just tuning in for this half, we don't know 31's name. He's not on the roster right now. Having a good game. He's just nameless. Here's Saunders. Drives, dishes out to Ray. Ray re-drives right down the middle, puts the finger roll up, and it's good for 2 points. They take the lead back now, 59-58.
There it is. This is going to be a back-and-forth game so far here. Father Henry Carr, we all knew this was coming. Orangeville Prep was going to make that run.
Paulo, hands off. Saunders almost gets the steal, but it is knocked out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Father Henry Carr. 2 substitutions come into the game, including Shea Brown and Clythus Griffith.
A bit of a tongue twister, that one.
Clythus Griffith.
Yep. All the th.
Big shout out to his mom for helping us. McNish in the corner. He's going against Brezdikas. Blocked, though, by Brezdikas. What a great strip by Orangeville.
That was impressive. Well, here it is now.
Brezdikas loses the ball, but it is going to be a foul call. You know what, Ryan? As much as the crowd hates it, you got to call that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't lose the ball, just...
No, you don't. You didn't just lose that. But once again, though, we're kind of seeing a different type of Ignas Brezdikas right now because during the regular season. That's a quick pass up the floor. He's trying to make a point right now to say, hey, you can't guard me. But so far, Father Henry Carr, despite the points that Brazdeikis has put up, he hasn't really had a chance to really take over the game yet.
Here's Saunders now. Over to Karnick. Karnick, he's going to be called with the traveling violation. It's going to be, Father Henry Carr Crusaders ball on the baseline.
And sometimes you don't have to try and move a guy. You just have to do enough physically to keep him off balance. And that's what they've been doing relatively well against James Karnick. They knew that he was going to be a huge factor going into this game.
It's Brown now. Up top, he drives left. Great defense now by Keyshawn Saunders. Looks like Saunders is going to be called with the foul. I got to be honest, Ryan, I didn't see it there.
It just looked like Saunders had leaned just a little bit too much over top of Brown. Brown doing what he could to avoid the contact, but the referee called it anyway. So,
substitution in for the Orangeville Prep Bears. James Karnick is going to take a quick seat on the bench, and it's going to be Brett Sloan who's into him, the 7-footer.
Yes. We weren't joking when we said this team has size. Not many teams, period, have true 7-footers.
Brett Sloan, one of them.
That's right.
Brown won't make the first. Has a chance now to tie it up with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the third.
And they're going to need Brown to stay in this game as long as possible. He's been the guy for them so far that's made all the tough shots. Whenever they've needed a bucket to keep themselves above, keep their heads above the water, if you will, he's been able to step up.
There you go. It's tied up now, 59 apiece. Should be a delay of game warning there.
It looked like Shaquan Clark. I think he got confused. I think he did get confused there. He thought that they had the inbound.
Here's Aaron right now up top. Over to Rathan Mays. Rathan Mays finds Saunders. He drives baseline, goes up. It's a big block by Clark, and it's going to go right back to Orangeville Prep. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
That is some excellent team defense by Father Henry Carr there. All that blue all over Keyshawn Saunders, letting him know that every trip to the basket is going to be a battle for him.
Here's Ray, hands off to Saunders. Gets it up to Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis pulls up from beyond the three. That one is good.
That's a great decision. When you have a guy who's a little bit quicker on his feet like Dubria guarding you, but being the size that he is, it's like an open shot.
McNish from the elbow, it's good.
Anthony McNish, what a day he's had, Kelsey. Just a little bit of everything he's been doing for this team.
It's knocked out of Brazdeikis' hands. Here's Dubria. Over to Griffith. Griffith out to Paolo from the corner. It's good. There's the answer, and there's a timeout called now on the floor.
What a play. Now, how many times have we seen that, though, in this game, Kelsey? That's about the fourth time where a player, an Orangeville Prep player, is not being aware enough. Teammates aren't letting him know that someone's behind him. And they've created a turnover. Father Henry Carr, they're taking every single opportunity they can get to create those turnovers. And as a result, they're still holding on to this lead here with 5:44 to go in the third.
Welcome back to OSBA TV, 64-62. Father Henry Carr over Orangeville Prep right now. 5 minutes, 44 seconds left to go in the third. It is Orangeville ball right now. Here's Rathan Mays. Doubled, gets it over to Karnick. Karnick drives, gets it to Sloan. Brett Sloan off the glass is good for his first 2 points.
And here's a lineup we haven't seen yet. A lot of length and a lot of size down low here for Orangeville Prep. They want to get every single second chance opportunity they can have.
6'10" and 7 feet down low, and neither of them are skinny kids. They're big, strong bodies down low. Dubria, great pump fake there. That one is nothing but net. This team is hot from beyond the arc.
My goodness, Father Henry Carr, when they get going, like we said, that explosive offense we talked about pregame, it's on full display right now. They got 66 points with just 5 minutes still to go in the third.
Saunders, he's going to be called with the travel. The ref coming out of nowhere from that one, calling it on Saunders. Under 5 minutes left to go now in the third.
Richard Saunders is not a fan of that call right there.
That's Keyshawn Saunders' father.
Great guy.
Shea Brown up to Dubria. He swings it to Paolo. Paolo gets it into Griffith. McNish drives. He's going to be called with the travel. It's travel on travel here.
There it is, another turnover, but McNish, excellent idea to try and get by it. He saw that his defender was standing straight up, but just got a little bit too excited. The feet got a little too happy.
Great defense there by Brett Sloan. Rath and Mays up top, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Comes off a couple screens, he's double teamed, able to get it to Karnick. Over to Ray. Ray spots up, one of the best shooters on this team, just can't connect. Karnick comes down with it, gets it right back out to him. He gets a redo, and that time it's good.
And that's Father Henry Carr's biggest fear right there, those second chance opportunities.
McNish down low, gets it out to Brown. Brown. It's knocked out of his hands, and now Saunders goes for the huge jam. Saunders gets back on defense real quick, though. Under 4 minutes left to go.
What a game, Kelsey. What a game.
McNish over to Brown, spots up from the corner. It's just short. I don't know if Rath and Mays got a piece of that one.
Yeah, it looked like he did. That's some excellent defense there to cover the shooter.
Aaron Ray, he's going to look to go coast to coast off the glass. It's good.
There's that physicality we talked about. This is the best team at finishing at the rim under contact, as I've said earlier. And they're just proving it time and again between Saunders, Ray, and Brzdikis.
Let's Karnick in there as well. We'll just add him
absolutely.
in. Brown, excuse me. He goes up. Beautiful athletic finish there, and it's good for 2 points.
And anyone who's followed Shea Brown's high school career knows how much of a gamer he is. He's been in some pretty big spots in his young life, so it's really no surprise that he's showing up the way he is today.
Saunders almost loses the ball there. The bucket is good, plus he'll go to the line for one more. Give him the and one here, Ryan, and Saunders will go to the line for just the one shot.
There it is. You show, the testament to the depth of this Orangeville prep team. Their best player was sitting on the floor for the last, 2 minutes, and they've actually built a lead because of it. Well, not because of it, obviously, but allowing Saunders and Ray to open up the floor a little bit and take some more of their own shots. They've been able to build a bit of a lead here now for Orangeville Prep.
3 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the third at 74-68 for the Bears. Here's Akende over to Griffith. Back up now to the PG. Trying to get it into that high post. Griffith over to Akende. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Akende drives, dishes out to McNish for the mid-range, and it's good.
There's Anthony McNish. Look at how confident he was when he took that shot. Completely locked in. Those are the kind of shots you want to take if you're Father Henry Carr.
James Karnick can't hold on to it. Brzdikis keeps it in play, and Rath and Mays comes down with it. He's going to be charged with the travel.
That was one.
That's not a
FIBA
FIBA travel,
play.
though. That's a Federation travel.
Here we go.
McNish, he goes up, it's good.
There's Anthony McNish, what a finish there. Like we said, a little bit of everything for Father Henry Carr right now. And they're just not going away.
Here's Saunders now up top, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Comes off the screen from Karnick, gets it over to Ray. Ray drives middle, goes up, and it's good for 2 points. Lots of contact on that one.
Lots of contact and lots of runners in this second half, Kelsey. Guys, they're not taking any chances. They're going right to the rim.
Akende up top. Into McNish. McNish finds himself open. It's no good. It's knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Father Henry Carr. Akende over to Brown. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown goes up. It's good off the glass.
What a finish there by Brown. Gets by the first defender when it looked like he had absolutely no room to move, then takes the contact from the much bigger defender under the rim and still has the body control to finish.
Shea Brown will be called for the foul up top.
There it is, that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of mentality of Father Henry Carr, but it's gotten them this far. Shea Brown trying to create something there, but ends up getting called for the foul.
Rathan Mays up top. Comes off the screen from Karnick. He's double teamed, able to split it. Shea Brown gets the steal. Akende goes up for the jam.
There it is. Once again, there's McNish at the end. And it's getting chippy out there, Kelsey.
Aaron Ray, here he is right down the middle. Goes up, it's blocked by Griffith. Now a 3-on-2.
Find it.
McNish can't do it. No one there to rebound though. They take the lead now 78-76.
And that's the importance of trailing, guys. Trail your teammates.
Here's Ray. Loses the ball. There's going to be a kick ball. That's going to be white ball now on the baseline, Ryan. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 41.6 seconds on the game clock.
Well, I think there's one thing that we can say so far about this game is that Father Henry Carr has been dictating the pace. Orangeville Prep, as impressive as their output has been in this game so far, Father Henry Carr is the team that's trying to make things happen. Aaron
Ray finds himself open. Finger roll is good.
And that's it, though. You see these guys, they're focused. They're not getting loud. They're just communicating, playing basketball. It's a very fascinating watch of clash of styles here.
McNish for the long two. It's just off the mark. Griffith goes up. Blocked by Ignas Brezdikas over Paolo, but it is going to stay with Father Henry Carr. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
It looked like there the net like literally tilted as Griffith went up to try and dunk it. Hopefully it's still aligned properly.
McNish out to Griffith from the three. That one off the back rim. Ray pulls down the board. Gets it up to Saunders. Saunders now on the open court, goes up and under. His signature move is good to take the lead now. 10 seconds left to go in the third.
Here we go.
Brown drives, dishes out. That one is long. May puts it up. Brezdikas tries to get it going. Are they going to count it?
They're not going to count it.
There's no foul there on Rathan Mays. Letting that one go. They do take the lead, though, Ryan, going into the fourth,
yes,
80-78.
What a finish here we have, Kelsey. 80-78 for Orangeville Prep. And they're taking some of the best haymakers that Father Henry Carr can throw at them, yet they're still the team that's on top right now going into the fourth. And really, like I said, like I was trying to articulate it a little bit more. I'll try and do it better this time. It's a fascinating clash of styles we're seeing right now and mentalities of basketball. Father Henry Carr is as loud as they can be, as physical, as constant chatter that you're seeing, and this energy from this team, whereas Orangeville Prep matching the intensity, but just in a completely different way. Not a word is being said between the guys other than communication about basketball. There's no other conversation that is happening right now between Orangeville Prep. These guys look, despite as great of an effort and some of the questionable turnovers they've been giving up throughout this game, they're in it. Not only are they in it, they're winning, and they're just composed.
Who's winning?
Orangeville Prep.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
They're composed. We're seeing this level of composure from a team that hasn't played their best game, and it's going to be very interesting to see if they can finish this. If they can finish out, it'll be a great character win for either of these teams if they pull it out. It's playoff basketball. The rules are a little bit different out here.
Last quarter of action here at Athlete Institute. 82-78, a 2-point game heading into the final quarter. Again, the winner of this game will take on Lincoln Prep in the semis. It's going to be Father Henry Carr to start the game off. Here's Akende. Over to McNish. Up to Shea. Brown, called him by his first name like we're BFFs. Brown off the glass, that one's no good. There's a big rebound here by number 31, but there's going to be a foul called on James Karnick.
It looks like he might have gotten
a loose ball
there.
Foul.
Yeah. Just although that's a tough call to make if you're the referee, because sometimes you just don't know when guys are just going for a neutral ball
with momentum and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
You don't know.
Yeah, the direction, you just don't know what's intent and what isn't.
Here's McNish. Drives blocked by Karnick. There's going to be A traveling violation. The ref couldn't decide whether he was going to call a jump ball or a travel. Goes with the travel, though, and it's going to be Orangeville ball on the baseline.
Yeah, Anthony McNish, he's had a lot of success going right at Carnick throughout this game, but that's because he's been able to kind of catch him off balance or out of rotation, but you can't go straight up with a big man like that. He's going to send it back.
Here's Ray into Carnick. Carnick going up. That one, there's going to be a travel on that side, too.
And that's unfortunate. Tough turn of events there. Orangeville Prep, they saw that their big man got a block. They wanted to feed him inside and keep his confidence going, but didn't work out the way that they intended.
Akende over to Paolo. Paolo drives. Big block there by Brezdica. 17 seconds on the shot clock.
And that's it right there. That motion offense that Father Henry Carr, they use so often. They try and use that length, but Orangeville Prep, their defenders can stay with them every step of the way.
Here's Brown. Yeah, there's going to be an offensive foul there.
Yep.
You could see his arm extend into Ray's chest.
Oh, good call by the referee there to recognize that, not allow Shea Brown to create any unnecessary separation. He's got to earn it. Aaron Ray, great defense, staying with him the whole way.
Here's Saunders playing the point guard now for this team. We talked about the size difference now between the 1 and the 5 here. Saunders playing the 1 now. Brezdica puts it up. It's blocked by Paolo. Here's number 31 now. Knocked out of his hands by Ray.
There's Ray. Once again, great transition defense. Father Henry Carr, though, when they get stops like that, they have to try and slow down. They've got to try and look at a positive option, I guess you could say. An open look, if you will. Because going a million miles an hour right now isn't working for him.
Here's Brown, the fadeaway.
Wow.
Nothing but net.
Wow. Like I said, he's a gamer. He lives for these kind of games.
Just over 8.5 minutes left to go now in the game. He finds Brezdica down low. He puts it in, and he'll go to the charity stripe for one more.
That's an excellent find by Saunders. When everyone was taking a look at him as he was attacking the rim, he was able to throw it off to Brezdica, who was able to create that separation. Yeah. Yep, excellent play there. But that's Orangeville Prep for you. This is a team that it doesn't matter what the situation is, they're always going to try and make the right play. A lot of high IQ basketball players on the floor right now for Orangeville Prep.
Brezdica sinks the foul shot, a 3-point lead now, 83-80. Just over 8.5 minutes left to go in the game. Akende hands it off to Brown. Brown comes off the screen of McNish. Looks to turn the corner. Great defense there by Ray and a big board by Carnick.
Brown has to make sure he knows exactly what he wants to do with that ball. If he doesn't explode off the rim like that.
Saunders with the turnover. Brown on the other end.
There it is.
Gets the bucket to fall.
And that's what we're talking about. He's got to commit to that first step to get by Ray.
There we go. Kende's going to be charged with the foul on Rathan Mays.
John Akende, an absolute pest on the floor defensively right now. Well, we can go back to Father Henry Carr, and once again, this is a team that is very, very deep when it comes to the backcourt situation. So even if Akende were to foul out, there's about 2 or 3 other guys who can take his place seamlessly.
Brezdica drives. He's fouled there. I could have seen about 3 fouls on that one. That one I think is going to go to number 3 is not on the floor, so I don't know who that foul went to. There we go. Went to 33. Anthony McNish.
Yeah, that's about the right one. He was the last one there during that play. And the only one that would make it a shot, I suppose.
Brezdica nails both.
There it is.
Exactly 8 minutes left to go in the game.
There's Orangeville just chugging away. Still playing their game.
Brown up top, looking to take on Ray. He knocks it out of bounds, and it's going to go Orangeville ball on the sideline now. Matthew Alexander Moncrief comes in for the Bears, and Griffith will come in for the Crusaders.
There's a good substitution here. If there's one thing that Griffith might have, interestingly enough, though, he's taking out Anthony McNish. So this
might
is
be
a
fouls.
team. Yep.
And that lack of communication right there is going to cost them 2 points.
And we saw this again against Bill Crothers, this small lineup that works full court press. And it actually got them right back into that game against Bill Crothers when they were down by as much as 25. And that's exactly what we're going to see this time. So don't be surprised, Kelsey, if we see a full court press coming right out of this timeout by Father Henry Carr. And if they try and keep it up as long as they possibly can here in the final 7.25 minutes.
Welcome back to OSBA TV. 7 minutes, 44 seconds left to go in this game between Orangeville Prep and the Father Henry Carr Crusaders.
There's that full court press, but it's broken.
Ray right into the hands of Griffith. Brown pulls up for the mid-range. It's good. They take the lead now, 86-85.
86-85. Who's ready?
Here's Brezdikas. He goes up. That one's no good. Gets his own rebound. Goes up again. This time it falls. Plus, he'll go to the line now for one. Probably happier that he missed that first one, Ryan. Now he gets the chance to make it 3.
That's right. And Ignas Brezdikas showing time and again just how strong he is going up under the rim. He's got 3 jerseys draped all over him, doing their best not to foul him, but he's just such a big body that you can't help but collide into him in midair, and a great finish under the rim with the contact. He's the best at absorbing contact in this league and finishing. I don't see anyone that finishes consistently as he does.
Here's Akende up top. Hands it off to Brown. Brown's been the X factor in this game for the Crusaders so far. Can't get it to fall. A big rebound there by Karnick.
Oh, that one's gonna hurt, but here it is.
There's a turnover, and the foul is before the shot. Kind of a break there for the Orangeville Prep Bears.
And there's Griffith on the ground. Looks like he took a bad shot there, but there it is. Some good sportsmanship despite all of this intensity going on between these two teams. It's always good to see a couple of players be able to check on each other like that.
23 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be Crusaders ball on the sideline. Seven minutes on the clock. Akende to Brown. Brown going against Aaron Ray now. Drives, dishes out to number 31. He pulls back. He's blocked by Karnick. Gets his own rebound though into Griffith. Can't connect, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. Griffith will go to the line now for 2. I think that foul goes to Brezdikas.
Griffith making a statement here in this fourth quarter. He's grabbed 3 steals off of those full court presses, getting himself to the rim. Was able to even tip a shot by Ignas Brezdikas. I can't remember the last time I saw someone able to actually get a hand on that floater that Brezdikas has. A very impressive fourth quarter for him.
Well said, Ryan. He's at the line now for one more. 6 minutes, 46 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go, the press is on again.
Brezdikas taking things into his own hands now. He's going against Michael Paolo. One quick move. It's stolen now by Akende.
Look up.
Akende looks to go coast to coast. That one's no good. Keyshawn Saunders rebounds. It's knocked out of bounds though by Father Henry Carr, and it's going to be Orangeville Prep ball on the baseline. Just under 6.5.
John Akende, he had 3 blue shirts in front of him ready to get the pass. Still decides to try and take it himself. It hasn't worked for him all day. What's the definition of insanity, Kelsey?
Same thing over and over.
Expecting different results.
Here's Brezdikas. Over to Saunders. Saunders finds Moncrief. Right back to Saunders now. 6 seconds on the shot clock. They find Ray in the corner. He puts it up from the 3. It rolls around, and it's good.
There it is. Great open shot there by Aaron Ray. Orangeville pulling out all the stops right now. Getting buckets by any means necessary.
Here's Paolo up top, looking to take on Brezdikas. A big block there by Karnik. Here's Brown now, chucks it up. That one's not going to hit rim. Keyshawn Saunders gets the rebound.
I think he thought that it was 1 second left on the shot clock instead of 7.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why he put up the bad shot.
That could make sense. It's not a shot like that Brown would take usually.
No, he would not take that shot.
There's going to be a foul there on Michael Paolo. Number 31 takes a seat on the bench, and McNish subs on.
And this is the side we've talked about. Father Henry Carr, this is a team that they've got a lot of seasoned players on, but at the same time, they're a team that just thrives off of their emotion. And that's 2 straight offensive sets now we've seen where there's been poor decision-making offensively. You've got to be able to keep your head in the game. Whereas Orangeville Prep still just chugging along. They still have the lead. They're still creating good opportunities and moving the ball. They're getting open looks.
Saunders sinks the second. Orangeville Prep on D now. Let's talk about how many blocks Karnik has had this game.
Oh, quite a few. I mean, he's been that X factor right now down low. And best of all, he's kept himself out of foul trouble, which is a huge factor for Orangeville Prep, who only have 4 guys ready to go off the bench.
Paolo goes up. That one's no good. Ray will come down with the board.
There it is. We're starting to see it now.
Brezdikas gets past the defenders. Puts it up. That one's no good. Akende brings it down, and there's going to be a foul there on Aaron Ray.
There it is. Smart foul, though, by Aaron Ray. Make sure that there isn't going to be any fast transition bucket. They're going to force Father Henry Carr to earn it in their half-court offense, which is something that hasn't necessarily been efficient in this fourth quarter, whereas Orangeville Prep have done an excellent job of just making life that much more difficult in the half-court.
McNish up top, looking to take on Ray. Off the glass high, it's no good. Ray will grab that rebound.
That's the second time now where we've seen Brown try and get it over the taller defenders.
Shea Brown's going to be called with the foul there. Reaching around Ray as he gets past him, and I think they're in bonus now. Ray's going to go to the line for 2.
That's the chance you take, though, when you're trying to constantly run and gun. When guys get left behind, you have no choice but to foul players. And Orangeville Prep, one thing they have done extremely well for the most part in this game is shoot from the line.
With that foul, Shea Brown will take a seat on the bench, and it's Carlo Dubria who makes his way back onto the game, checking in for the Crusaders.
Dubria, we talked earlier in the broadcast, he had 5 straight three-pointers against Ridley College in one of our games of the week, so we know he can shoot it.
Wow.
And he was hitting them from the volleyball line. It was pretty impressive.
Akende at the 45. Drives middle. Kicks it out to Paolo from the corner. He chucks it up. It's long. Ray will pick up the board.
Don't look now, but Father Henry Carr looks like they're getting a little fatigued now from all that running.
There's a foul there on Michael Paolo. Doesn't think he touched him there as James Karnik goes up. Karnik now will go to the charity stripe for 2.
I think it was a pretty obvious foul, though. I mean,
that's 5 fouls now on Michael Paolo. Talk about how big of a loss that's going to be for the Crusaders going into the last 4.5 minutes.
Well, we're talking about a 5-point game right now, Kelsey. 4:30 to go in this fourth quarter. I don't think Paolo has had anything more than a minute, 2 rest before going back out on the floor. And once again, we're talking about fatigue a little bit starting to set in for Father Henry Carr. This is a team that has to create points off of the fast break. We've seen them try and put something together offensively in the half court, but the only time they've ever been able to score is by making huge shots with wide open looks. And that's starting to fail them now as their legs are getting a little bit more tired.
Karnik just short on the first, has one more shot now. And with Paolo fouling out, they bring Shea Brown back onto the floor. Ryan, he's in foul trouble too.
He is, absolutely. And once again, though, the depth of this backcourt is going to be what's going to set them apart and give them an opportunity here. But we shall see.
Our guys, timeout called on the floor by Father Henry Carr. 4 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in the game. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
a fight.
Welcome back to OSBA TV. It is Crusaders ball with just under 4.5 minutes left to go in the game. They trail right now 93-87.
There's a motion offense in.
There you go, McNish looking to take on Karnick. That one's good. I even think Karnick got a piece of that one and still managed to get in the hoop.
McNish, we're seeing another side of him today. Just the ability to finish at the rim and take on bigger defenders has been extremely impressive.
Here's Ray now up top, back over to Brezdikas. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
This is the matchup I love.
Ray, crafty play there. There's no shot, but he does get the foul. And because we're in bonus, Ryan, he's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
There it is. Once again, Aaron Ray pulling a little mini Brezdikas there, keeping the ball high, preventing the smaller defenders from getting a clean look at it. And that's something that is 4th personal foul.
Shea Brown's 4th foul. 4 minutes left to go in the game. Sorry, Ryan, continue to talk about Ray.
We're just saying that, like, it's one thing that Orangeville Prep does extremely well is they keep the ball away from their defenders. And they've learned, they've recognized, as soon as we keep the ball low, these are smaller, quicker guys. They love to take the ball from that position. We keep it high, they have to reach up and grab our arms every time.
Here's Griffith attacking Brezdikas, kicks it out to Brown. Brown chucks it up. It looked good from here. It just won't fall. Karnick grabs the board.
That's a tough shot to make with a defender right in your face, let alone a guy standing about 6'6".
Karnick is going to get charged with the offensive foul as he passes off to Brezdikas.
There it is. And now Father Henry Carr, they've got to make the most of this opportunity now. I know it's only a 2-possession game, but that can widen in a hurry with a team as offensively gifted as Orangeville Prep.
3 minutes, 32 seconds left to go. Akende brings it up for the Crusaders. There's going to be a foul there on Aaron Ray.
Looks like a couple of arms got hooked together there. This guy's trying to make a movement.
Now both teams are in bonus, so it's going to be Brown at the line for 2. Both teams got to be careful with the fouls for the last 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, the importance, you got to make your free throws. Coaches talk about it on end, and this is one of those situations where you most definitely have to.
Brown sinks the first one, bringing them to 90. It is quiet in this gym, Ryan.
I don't think anyone was expecting what they're watching right now, so everyone's kind of just on the edge of their seat. This has been an amazing afternoon of basketball, Kelsey.
Couldn't agree more, Ryan.
You got 2 teams from the bottom of the league coming in here and just trying to make a statement, fighting for their lives.
Out of bounds. It's going to be Crusaders ball now on the sideline. 8 minutes, 13 seconds left to go.
There it is. There's that stingy defense there of Father Henry Carr. Ignis Brezdikas didn't realize how much space he really had.
Akende over to Dubria. Dubria drives, kicks back out to Akende. Redrives, gets it to McNish. He sees the open lane, goes up, and it's good for 2 points.
There's Anthony McNish once again. It's going up between him and Shea Brown for MVP of this team right now.
Ignis Brezdikas at the 45, 15 seconds on the shot clock. He finds Matthew Alexander Moncrief. It's knocked out of bounds, but it is going to stay with Orangeville. 11 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
What a defensive play there by Shea Brown out of absolutely nowhere, knocking it loose on Moncrief. Unbelievable defense.
Brezdikas wide open from beyond the 3. He puts it up. It's just long. There's a rebound by Moncrief. He goes up, and it's good for 2 points.
And that's what it is right there. That X factor, that length of Orangeville Prep, giving themselves second chance opportunities.
Shea Brown drives. It's blocked by Ray. A big rebound here by Moncrief.
That's a huge offensive set there. A big defensive stop for Orangeville Prep. They have a chance to build on the lead now.
Ray drives, dishes out to Brezdikas. He redrives, puts it up, and it's nothing but net to bring them to 99.
There it is, 6-point lead now, 2 minutes to go. Father Henry Carr needs a bucket now. This is crunch time.
And on the other end, it's Orangeville who needs to get a stop here if they're going to keep that momentum. Here's Akende up top. Loses it just for a second. Now with Brown Under 2 minutes left to go in the game. Brown drives. Aaron Ray sitting straight up. Just a great finish by Shea Brown.
Shea Brown, my goodness, against walking through the forest there and came out with a couple of logs. My goodness, what a finish.
Here's Saunders up top for the Bears. Kicks it over to Moncrief. Gets it right back up to Saunders now. Over to Brezdikas. He slings it back. This time, it's good.
There's that clutch factor, Ignas Brezdikas. That could be the turning point. It's a 3-possession game now, Kelsey.
Akende looks to drive. Saunders will be called with the foul.
There
That's going to send Akende to the line for 2.
Father Henry Carr got
Take
away
another
with
look
one
at this,
there.
guys, from home. Ignas Brezdikas from deep. And it sinks in with 5 on the shot clock.
Huge bucket for Orangeville Prep. Like I was just saying, 3-possession game, minute 25 to go. Free throws here are just as big.
Akende, another one of those X factors in that play-in round that they had, the first playoff game for them against Southwest, finished with 12 points.
Yeah, he did. He's one of those guys, though, right? It's the way that he scores a basket, creates turnovers. He's a defensive pest in the best way possible. And he makes the second one here. 2-possession game, 125 remaining. Father Henry Carr, they're going to need a couple of big buckets here and even bigger stops.
1:20 left to go in the game. Here's Saunders up top. Rejects some screens, gives it to Moncrief. The 2020 phenom for this Orangeville Prep team puts the jam in. Here's Brown looking to take things into his own hands, goes up. Looked like great defense there by Ray, but he's called for the foul.
There's Shea Brown now deciding, I'm going to put the team on my shoulders right now and do everything I can to either get to the line or finish those buckets. Excellent move to the basket. We've seen him do that a couple of times now. He's picking his spots.
Again, that game I was just talking about where Father Henry Carr took on Southwest to get into the playoffs just 3 days ago. Shea Brown, who's at the line now, finished with 19 points.
Shea Brown, once again, one of those guys, as we said earlier, missed the beginning of the season due to injury, was able to come back, and he's just been a huge offensive factor for this team whenever he's been healthy.
Including 4 threes in the first half of this game.
Yep. He's a big reason they were keeping pace with Orangeville the entire way through. And he's got 2 free throws now to, once again, make it a 2-possession game. And I'll be honest, if I'm Coach Melnick right now, you gotta keep feeding the rock to the hot hands, him and McNish for this part. They've both been co-MVPs for this team, doing a number of different offensive and defensive things to keep Father Henry Carr in this game throughout the entire way.
Well said, Ryan. Timeout called by Father Henry Carr. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go in the game. We'll be back. Welcome back to OSBA TV. It's Orangeville ball, 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Saunders now over to Ray. Ray gonna be double teamed, gets it to Moncrief. Into Keyshawn Saunders. It's a kick ball there. James Karnick dives on the floor, gets it up to Saunders. He goes up and it's good for 2 points. That's a big bucket, Ryan.
That is. 51 seconds. It's now a 3-possession game, and they gotta shoot it. They got to keep shooting.
Launches, and that's a big rebound there by Ignas Brezdikas. Gets it over to Moncrief, into James Karnick. He goes up. It's good, and he'll get the foul, Ryan. I'm surprised that that's not a clear path foul. No one was in front of him at that point.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, but he wasn't behind the – never mind.
Yeah. Griffith attempting to try and slow down Karnick
Yeah,
there.
great finish there by Karnick.
Yep, to no avail, and that one might just do it here. 10-point deficit now, 37 seconds remaining. Orangeville Prep. I mean, never say never, but that definitely took the wind out of the sails.
That's 5 fouls now on Griffith, Ryan, so there's going to be another substitution on the floor for the Crusaders, 37.2 seconds. Oh, so they are going to call it a clear path foul, excuse me. So for anyone who's not a massive basketball fan at home, a clear path foul. So he's going to get the, I don't know why they make him do it, actually. A clear path foul means that the defender fouled him from behind with no one else in front of them. Mm-hmm. So James Karnick is at the line right now, and that means they will also get the possession back.
Well said. Now we know.
I was more confused because I was like, why is Ignas Brasdikas trying to take this shot?
Yep.
But I think Coach Nathan Johnson is saying it's him. He thought it was a technical foul, so he said, Ignas, go shoot it. Yeah. A little miscommunication there between the coach and the player. So James Karnick makes both. It's now 110-98 heading to the last 37.2 seconds.
That's unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate. I mean, what a game it's been so far watching this between these two teams. And once again, we're going to have another final score here that really doesn't tell the story, does it? Of just how much Father Henry Carr made Orangeville Prep sweat and earn this one.
Yeah. Here's Saunders up top. He's going to be doubled. It's stolen. Goes for the huge block. Now John Akende will go to the line for one more. A 10-point game, Ryan, 24 seconds left to go.
10-point, 24 seconds. Once again, they're going to need a bunch of steals and threes. Steals and threes for this to work. Well, once again, we've seen this time and again from Father Henry Carr. They play right to the final buzzer. They had the same kind of output in the last 30 seconds against Bill Crothers at the last game of the week that we had with them here out in Markham.
Ignas Brasdikas gets that rebound. Got to get it over the half. Gets it to Saunders. Saunders into Karnick. Karnick gets a jam of his own with 14 seconds left.
And that's going to do it.
It's a 12-point game. Shea Brown drives. Just don't foul anyone. He knocks it out of bounds. Throws it to his coach, trying to get him involved in the last game of the season here. Now with 6 seconds left to go in the game. Everyone up on their feet clapping. For both teams, a great season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't think he was going to go for the for the foul there, but it's going to send Aaron Ray to the line for two. Just pad Ray's stats a little bit.
Yeah, that's really what it is. That really kind of seems like a frustration foul from John Akende, who really just laid it all out on the floor. Unfortunately, that tends to happen every now and then.
Yeah.
Excellent
and
effort
Akende,
from the
that's going to be
Crusaders.
his 5th foul as well.
Yep. And once again, though, we saw this all game. Orangeville Prep never getting too down on themselves. They're just staying within the plan, staying composed. That's going to be the key word for this team after going through this game is composure. Once again, we talked about it earlier on the broadcast. Orangeville Prep had beaten Father Henry Carr in the regular season by an average of 28.5 points. So, a finish like this, Father Henry Carr, they've got to be proud of themselves of how they finished their season.
At the end of the game, it's 113 to 100. Orangeville Prep will move on to the semifinal round. Anyone who's watching who wants to come out and see a game close by, it is going to be Orangeville hosting their semifinal game against Lincoln here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Or you can tune in here to OSBA to watch that game, and you can catch Ryan with TRC.
Out in Brantford.
Yeah, TRC and Athlete Institute. Thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate it on this doubleheader night here at Athlete Institute. Make sure you tune in if you can. Come watch the last home game hosted here in Athlete Institute, or tune in and listen to Ryan and I in different cities calling different games, but it's going to be fun for that semifinal match.
It doesn't matter what area code we're in, it's going to be good ball.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.